Hi guys, I am totally new at this. I've never done any YouTube anything before, so bear with me. I'm trying to give you kind of an introduction to what our music theory quarter will look like here at Syringa this next 8 weeks, 7 weeks. So I have a few notes here, and then I have typed up a lesson plan that you guys should be able to look at, and I'm going to walk you all the way through it this time. That way you can see how it is designed to work, hopefully. And in following weeks, I will put out the lesson plan and then just give highlights or demonstrations on the video so that you can see what it looks like, sounds like, how to do it, how to implement it in class, instead of walking through the entire plan in future weeks. Okay, so a few quick things at the beginning. Anytime you have examples that you want to bring, if you have even a kid's book about music that seems to be related, if you have extra practice exercises that you want to incorporate either from the materials that I gave you or something that you already know about, go for it. If anytime you can feel more comfortable doing something that you are familiar with or that you brought in, then all the better, right? Any examples that you want to bring in or incorporate could be audio or visual. If we're singing a certain hymn and you have a certain favorite version of it or a recording that you just want to bring and let them listen to, feel free to do that. Piano beginner books are always a nice visual for kids as we're learning about theory, just to open it up and point to notes and whatnot. Library books, hymnals, if you have a little electronic keyboard you want to bring in for demonstrations, go for it. At the beginning of our lesson plan, we have vocab listed, okay? So vocab is there. You don't have to go over it all at the beginning. It's there for you to reference. You can go over it all at the beginning just to kind of introduce everything and show the kids where we're headed. But always feel free to pick the students' brains and see what they already know or what they're already familiar with. If you're like, hey, on today's vocab is cacophony. Does anybody know what that is? And I'm sure you'll get some great responses with that one. Can anybody describe to me what pitch is? Okay. So, and they might struggle with it, but if they're trying, that's awesome. Then it might stick even better when they hear the answer after they've given an attempt. Please, when I put out the lesson plans, I'm putting in a good bit of work. I'm trying to not be scattered, but if you could just read through it, just top to bottom, like you would a science experiment, to make sure you know what you're doing, what are the steps. Same idea. I'm trying to simplify it and make it really easy to grasp for you guys. And if you read it all the way through, you'll hopefully then be able to grasp the overall concept and then can highlight whatever you need to along the way to remember to say this or do that. All right, so this week, upcoming week is week 8. And we have vocab, cacophony, which is awful sounds together that don't match, okay? Unison is when something is being performed on the same pitches, the same sounds. It's lining up. They're together, okay? Pitch is the highness or lowness of a musical sound. You can have the students give example, like, can anyone sing, not scream, a high pitch? And some kid will raise their hand and be like, la, give their opera voice or whatever. Who can give me your lowest pitch? Okay, just have fun with it. Melody is a sequence or pattern of pitches in rhythm. Call and response is a leader performing a pattern or a portion of music, and then the group echoes it back, okay? And oftentimes call and response songs are the leader, then the group, then the leader, then the group, and it just continues. Staff is the 5 lines and the 4 spaces in between them, where music is notated or written using notes and symbols. Dynamics is the volume of music used to amplify expression. Later we'll talk, it is Italian terminology. The conductor, just because we may utilize them or have a kid hop up and practice being a conductor, What's a conductor? The leader of a musical group who signals with their hands or with a baton. Ta-da, vocab. So the first section is melody and staff, and I have highlighted here practice, just giving you an example of, hey, here's something you're gonna have your class try. Unison is the first thing. Practice it. Let's just try it. Here's a pitch. Now, I can give a pitch as the tutor. La, and I'm going to see if my class, give them a second, say, listen to it for a few seconds, and then try it with me. See if you can make your voice match that pitch. You could choose a student to give the first pitch to be matched, however you'd like to do it. So once we have sung it, then maybe we want to identify, is that a high pitch, a low pitch, a medium, somewhere in the middle? Then, of course, we reiterate that those are called pitch, high and low sounds. When we sing together, what are we doing? We're singing in unison, okay? There are 3 directions that I can think of that pitches can go when you are singing or playing. So you want to demonstrate each briefly. The tutor would be great here. If you're not comfortable or confident, ask a student, but this can be like 2 or 3 notes, 4 or 5 notes, really simple, and doesn't have to mean that you're a natural singer, okay? So up is one of the directions. La, 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 la. There you go. You can have the kids copy you, okay? That would be by step. I'm stepping up one interval after the next, so each is just a step up. Or I could be jumping or skipping up. La, 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 la. Okay, and the jump would be skipping pitches that would be following in the stepwise motion, so you're not going every step up, okay? Same thing going down. La, 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 la. There's down. Or la, 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 okay? Ask the kids, did I skip down or did I step down? Was it stepwise motion? Repeating is just like this. La, la, la. Or la, 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 la. Give it a different rhythm, but it all stays on the same pitch, okay? When we have a set of pitches performed in patterns with pitches either rising or falling or repeating, we create what's called a melody. Some of you might know something called solfege. Some of you might not. That's okay. If you do, feel free to explore it with your kids. If you don't, absolutely leave it out or ask me about it, okay? Solfege is one way that can be used with a stepwise scale to perform a melody. So this is an example of solfege. Whoops. We have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's solfege, okay? So you can perform different patterns. Do, re, mi, 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 and then talk about it. We went up, then we repeated, right? Mi, fa, so, so, so. Same pattern, but different pitches. Mi, so, mi, do. We went up and down by skipping, okay? So you can create different patterns there if you know about that and you would like to incorporate it. Melodies can have, this is just another, if you know about it, if you want to incorporate it. Bright, settling, and happy feeling, which is major. La, 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 happy, okay? Dark, eerie, sad. Kids have heard this in music, and you can even ask for context. Have you seen it in movies, or where would you fit a minor feeling, which might be la, 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 la. And it's just a minor scale or a major scale, okay? Call and response is one of our vocabulary terms, and it is one way that people can learn music. They let students try it, okay? So a volunteer, ask for a volunteer. They can sing a simple, short melody phrase, made up or not, on law. So they might go, okay, Jonathan, give us a little melody that's about 7 or 8 notes long, okay? La, 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 la. That was probably more than 7 or 8 notes, but okay, now class, did you recognize it? Let's talk about the first few notes. What were they doing? Were they rising, falling, or repeating? Okay. Also, call and response. Everybody echoes Jonathan and they sing it back to him. Make sure that we're not just screaming out and we're all trying to hit the same pitch that he started on, okay? So there's an example of call and response. Another way that you can learn or perform music is, and by the way, let some other kids volunteer if they would like to, okay? Reading written music is another way, which is a set of notes and symbols written on a staff, okay? Here, you guys have a few papers that I gave you, which should say week 8 on them. Here's an example of a staff, okay? Go back through that vocabulary term. What does that mean? How many lines are on it? 5 lines. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4 in between those lines, okay? And we start at the bottom and we go up with a staff, okay? So 5 lines and 4 spaces, and you're showing the staff and you're asking the kids to say it so that they remember what that's called. And notes and symbols are written on the staff, okay? Students can they sing or recognize this simple melody here that's on the staff? Can they recognize when a pitch is repeating? Look, these 3 notes are all exactly the same pitch, okay? Can you tell when it's stepping up, okay? Can you tell if it's taking a step down? Are there any skips going up or down here? And which way are we ending our melody by going up, okay? So you're just having them look at it, recognize it. Maybe they can go la 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 la, and maybe they actually can read it and figure it out in their own brain what that tune is. Have the class work on identifying the directions together, okay? We are moving along. Backside of the lesson plan here, we have dynamics now, okay? And dynamics is another page that I gave you in your notebook or your little folder. Looks like this, okay? And from here, you get to show this to the students and practice saying each of the dynamics using an Italian term. The tutor will model it first. So the 2 main ones are piano and forte. Practice just saying so they know how to say the word, okay? So piano means soft. So let's say it softly. Piano. And they echo back, okay? Forte. And we kind of say it loudly. Then we'll start from the bottom and get soft until we get louder, okay? All the way to the top. Pianissimo, piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte, fortissimo. And they're, of course, wanting to scream their heads off at that point. This is how it's abbreviated here. This is probably showing up backwards for you, but that's okay. And then we have a couple dynamics that change. So this is growing louder. Crescendo, decrescendo is getting softer, okay? Practice doing that with their voices just for fun. And then we have, after you've practiced that a few times, I don't know, sometimes flashcards are fun if you feel like making them so they can call it out. We are going to glue this one into our journal, hopefully. I haven't got copies yet, but this will give music on staff that we can look at. And then down here, just a review of some of the terms that maybe we are working on discussing, and then dynamics. This can just be left blank, or if students want to label crescendo, decrescendo, and if they want to go with, pianissimo, the 2 P's here, mezzo piano, MP, and fill in the different dynamics that are not on there, they can do that, okay? You, as the tutor, decide if that's a now, if that's a later, if that's just leave it blank. This is an example that goes in the journal, okay? So we have also, I put here in the lesson plan, this lyric page for some of the hymns or carols that if we're practicing during music class singing, then you can just hold on to those or leave them with their journals, stuff it in the back of the journal, or keep a pile, and then you can hand them back out when they're used again in the future weeks. So here you can take a look. This is where it says application on the lesson plan. Take a look at the music on the staff. Ask them, do they see the staff? Oh, what's the staff again? Okay. What can you spot in the music? Maybe kids just give lots of answers. Their staff is what? 5 lines, 4 spaces. Maybe they see song lyrics. Maybe they see the words of the hymn, okay? There are no rests in this one. Maybe they see notes. They might raise their hand and yell out. The treble clef, right? There is a treble clef, okay? Maybe they see the time signature or the meter signature, which is 3/4 in this song. A key signature, if anyone takes piano, they might see that flat right there and say, oh, that's part of the key signature. Or it's a flat. There's no sharps in this. Bar lines here. At the end, there's a bar line. Each measure, there's a bar line, okay? So they might see that. You can prompt them. What is it that marks the measures? You can ask. They will see, if they look really close, that there are some dynamics written in here. It starts with mezzo forte. Next line is mezzo piano. Then we have mezzo forte again. So we're starting medium loud, medium soft, medium loud, and then we have those fun crescendo, decrescendo. And we're ending mezzo piano, okay? So medium soft. When, let's see, on the staff again, we were talking about pitches, rising, falling, repeating. Well, let's look at that. How does it start? The very first 2 notes are repeating pitches, okay? Be thou, same pitch. Be thou my, what did we do? We went up and back down again, okay? Talk about the direction of the pitches. Are there any pitches that are skipping, okay? Save that thou are going down. Save that thou art skipped back up, okay? Just examples. Take a look at it. The kids can sing it. If you don't feel like it, you can also sing it. I believe in you. Okay. Let's see. So have the kids point out. So do you see any places where the pitches are rising? Have someone raise their hand and say right here, and they're pointing at the part where the pitches are, let's see, where they're going up. Right here, the pitches are rising. They're skipping up. They skipped a line each time, okay? And then have them point it out. Have them show me where do you see this, okay? Do you see any dynamic marks? Raise your hand, point it out to me, okay? What is it telling you to do at that part of the song? Sing the song together, just this verse, one time while you're looking at the notes on the staff. So they should know the words pretty good. So tell them to actually follow the notes. Be thou my vision, O Lord, up. And follow the notes as you sing it together as a class. Take it nice and slow so they can follow the notes. Sing it again together using those dynamics. See if you can get them to be medium loud, and then on the next line, okay, medium soft, and then medium loud. And on the crescendo, waking or sleeping, and the decrescendo. So you're getting louder and you're getting softer, and you can kind of show it with your hands. And if you have older kids, you might want to have a student conductor come up after you've tried this and they conduct. The pattern for 3/4, this meter signature is 1, 2, 3. So it's down, out, up, down, out, up. And at the end, you want to have a cutoff, okay? So there's the lesson. And there were a few more things that if you had time, older class maybe, if you wanted to glue these in and use these just as example, music direction, trying it out, writing it themselves, using these arrows going this direction, drawing lines or notes on the line or on the space, okay? This, I think, just to show an example of how music is written on the staff lines, if you had that. And then this could be done together as a class if you had time or wanted to. Okay, so this says the dynamic is forte. Well, what's the volume of that? Okay, what's the symbol or abbreviation of that? It could be glued into the notebooks, or when the teacher holds it and does it as an example, or each of the kids, however you want to do that, okay? So you might not all have copies of that if you wanted to print it off, but okay, so that is the lesson. I have also on here at the very end of your plan, inform and remind the students that we're gonna have a miniature carol and hymn sing on week 14. So practice in class. How do you practice? Does everyone just scream it out? No. With good quality etiquette, meaning let's practice with good posture, okay? Let's not be fooling around while we are doing it, not blurting it out or yelling it or just being goofy. Let's set aside the goofy for now while we practice. And having good quality tone as well. Work to make a good sound, okay? Whether or not you think you're a great singer, work to make a good sound, okay? And practice at home is also great. These are great opportunities for self-control. So we are working on virtues throughout our schooling. Being together in community is the time we get to practice our virtues, okay? Being in community. So self-control here. Students can demonstrate it by participating actively, not just sitting because they think, well, whatever, I like art, I don't like music, or I'm not good, or I whatever, okay? Not just sitting back, but encourage them to participate. And being respectful of the music that we're singing, the holiness of it, being respectful of students in the class, being respectful of what the tutor you have asked of them, okay? And also